Welcome back to Official Sigma Male, where we uncover the hidden truths that shape Sigma reality. Today we're diving into a controversial yet powerful revelation, the unexpected gift of being born into a toxic family environment. What society sees as a curse, we recognize as the ultimate forge for creating exceptional men. This isn't about victimhood. It's about understanding how adversity created your superior strategic mindset. Most men spend years trying to overcome their difficult upbringing, not realizing it's actually their greatest advantage. Today, you'll discover why toxic family dynamics created your Sigma traits and how to leverage this background into unstoppable power. What you've seen as your greatest weakness is about to become your most formidable strength. Chapter 1. The Early Training Ground. Every Sigma male's journey begins in the crucible of family chaos. What others see as dysfunction, we recognize as advanced training in human psychology. Those endless hours navigating unpredictable emotions and volatile situations weren't trauma. They were masterclasses in reading people and anticipating reactions. This early training ground forged abilities that others spend decades trying to develop. Think about how you learned to read micro-expressions before you could read books. Your heightened awareness of emotional atmospheres, your ability to predict mood shifts, these aren't trauma responses, they're advanced psychological tools. While others played with toys, you were mastering human behavior at a doctoral level. The toxic family environment functions like a special forces training program. Every day presents new challenges, new psychological puzzles to solve, new strategies to develop. This constant state of adaptive learning creates mental capabilities that normal upbringings could never produce. You weren't surviving, you were evolving. Consider how this environment forced you to develop superior pattern recognition abilities. While others needed years of business experience to understand office politics, you already knew how to navigate complex power dynamics before your teens. Your dysfunction was actually advanced functional training. Chapter 2. The Gift of Strategic Detachment. One of the most powerful gifts of a toxic upbringing is the natural development of strategic detachment. Where others are slaves to emotional connections, the Sigma male learns early that attachment is optional. This isn't emotional damage, it's emotional freedom. You've gained the ability to see situations with crystal clarity, unbound by the emotional fog that blinds others. Your ability to maintain emotional distance while understanding emotional dynamics makes you a superior strategist. While others get caught in emotional traps, you navigate relationships and situations with calculated precision. Think of yourself as an emotional sniper, able to see and understand feelings without being controlled by them. The early practice of strategic detachment gives you an almost superhuman ability to make decisions based on logic rather than emotion. Your toxic family environment taught you that emotions are tools to be understood and managed, not masters to be obeyed. This is why you can execute power moves that others find impossible. Remember, your detachment isn't a wall, it's a filter. You can choose when and how to engage emotionally, a skill that makes you practically invincible in both personal and professional arenas. Your toxic past created your strategic present. Chapter 3. The Mental Fortress Advantage. The necessity of creating internal safety in an unsafe environment has given you an unparalleled ability to maintain frame control. Your mind became your fortress out of necessity, and now it's your greatest asset. While others crumble under pressure, you've been pressure-tested since childhood. This isn't trauma armor, it's strategic shielding. This mental fortress wasn't built in a day. It was forged through countless interactions where you had to maintain your reality despite external chaos. Think about how this translates to modern challenges. Boardroom pressure, child's play compared to what you've already mastered. High-stakes negotiations, you've been negotiating for your sanity since before you could walk. Your ability to maintain frame under extreme pressure sets you apart from the average man. While they're trying to learn these skills through weekend seminars and self-help books, you've lived it. Your toxic family environment created an unshakable core that others can only dream of developing. The mental fortress you built for survival now serves as your command center for dominance. Every attempted manipulation, every emotional storm you weathered, contributed to building an impenetrable psychological defense system that doubles as your greatest offensive weapon. Chapter 4. The Manipulation Masterclass. Growing up in a toxic environment provided an advanced education in human manipulation tactics. You learned to recognize and counter manipulation strategies that most people never even become aware of. This isn't about becoming a manipulator. It's about being manipulation-proof while maintaining the ability to influence when necessary. Think about how many hours you spent studying the patterns of toxic behavior. While others had to learn about manipulation from books, you got a front-row seat to masterclasses in human psychology. Your toxic family members were unknowingly teaching you advanced psychological warfare techniques that now serve your Sigma path. This early exposure to manipulation tactics gave you an almost supernatural ability to spot hidden agendas. You can read between lines, spot inconsistencies, and identify manipulation attempts that fly right past others' radar. Your difficult childhood was actually an advanced course in psychological operations. The key isn't just recognizing manipulation, it's understanding how to transcend it entirely. Your toxic background taught you to operate on a level where traditional manipulation tactics become obsolete. You're not just playing the game better, you're playing an entirely different game. Chapter 5. The Power of Selective Engagement. Your toxic family environment taught you the invaluable skill of selective engagement. While others feel compelled to engage with every situation, you learned early that engagement is a choice. This isn't about avoidance. It's about strategic selection of where to invest your energy. Think of it as emotional resource management mastered through necessity. This ability to choose your battles wasn't just a survival mechanism, it's now your strategic advantage. You understand innately what others struggle to learn. Not every situation deserves your energy or attention. Your toxic background forced you to develop advanced filtering systems that now serve your Sigma lifestyle. Consider how this translates to modern success. While others exhaust themselves fighting every battle, you conserve your energy for truly important engagements. Your background taught you to recognize which situations warrant your involvement and which are better left to play out on their own. The power of selective engagement extends beyond just choosing your battles. It's about understanding the optimal level of involvement for any given situation. This isn't something that can be taught in a seminar. It had to be learned through real-world experience. Chapter 6. The Observer's Advantage. Being forced into the role of careful observer in your toxic family environment developed your analytical abilities far beyond normal levels. You learned to read rooms, analyze dynamics, and predict outcomes while others were still learning basic social skills. This isn't hypervigilance, it's advanced social intelligence. Your position as the family observer gave you insights into human nature that others spend years in therapy trying to understand. Think about how this translates to your current success. While others struggle to understand office politics or social dynamics, you see through surface behaviors to the underlying patterns. This observer's advantage means you can gather and process social information at an accelerated rate. Your toxic family environment trained you to process complex social dynamics instinctively. What others see as social anxiety was actually advanced training in human behavior analysis. The ability to observe and analyze without emotional involvement gives you a strategic advantage in every situation. You're not just participating in social dynamics, you're reading and understanding them at a fundamental level. Chapter 7. The ultimate transformation. The final gift of your toxic family background is the understanding that transformation is always possible. You've already completed the hardest transformation, from victim to victor. This isn't about overcoming trauma. It's about recognizing how your background created your superior abilities. You're not a survivor. You're an evolved strategist. Your toxic family environment taught you that reality is malleable and that you have the power to reshape it. Think about the implications of this understanding. While others feel trapped by their circumstances, you know that every situation can be transformed into an advantage. This isn't optimism, it's strategic reality manipulation. The ultimate transformation comes from recognizing that your difficult past wasn't a handicap. It was advanced training for Sigma excellence. Your toxic family didn't break you. They unknowingly created a superior strategic operator. Every challenge they presented became a lesson in power dynamics. This transformation from victim to victor isn't just personal. It's a blueprint for ultimate power. You've already mastered the hardest transformation possible. Everything else is just applying these principles to new situations. As we wrap up this powerful revelation here at Official Sigma Male, understand that your toxic family background wasn't a curse. It was an advanced training program in human psychology and strategic operations. You didn't just survive. You evolved into a superior strategic operator. Your past isn't something to overcome. It's something to leverage. Take this understanding and apply it with precision. Your toxic family background gave you abilities that others can only dream of developing. Don't let these skills go to waste. Subscribe now and activate notifications to join our exclusive community of strategic operators. Your Sigma Brotherhood awaits, and we understand exactly what made you exceptional.